soup with a lot of emotions, right? And you know what is the most prominent emotion that my mom had when she was cooking for me? Fear. So she had so much fear that I'd finish all the food that's laid out on the table. And then probably eat my entire family because she's still hungry. Right? So, and I'm not exaggerating over here. Like, I had a big, like, I used to eat a lot. Like, I was a living, breathing version of the Pac-Man game. Like, that was my only motto in life. Raste mein jo bhi aa gaya, usko khana. That's how I lived life throughout my childhood, right? And I should also mention this, that I come from a middle class family. So, you know how middle class families are, right? We have set grocery budgets. So there's an amount of money that comes in that goes to your mom. She'll handle all the grocery. Then outings is 2 outings in a month. It's always fixed. So whatever, if there are 4 birthdays in the house also, it's 2 outings. That's fixed. And in these 2 outings, one outing will have a dinner and one will have a movie. So the movie one, mom will always keep the dinner ready at home. If you still ask for dinner from outside, you get one chapter and then you would shut up. Right? So this is how, and meat, it's very interesting. We never had the concept of meat on weekdays. Like meat is only for weekends, right? And weekend meat, like you know, the favorite meat of mine was the meat that cannot be named in Maharashtra. And my mom really used to make these really yummy, you know what else. So I used to love those. And it was good life, it was a budgeted life, but then I loved my middle class life. So this said incident happened on one such middle class outing. It was a combined outing for that matter. So there was my dad, a couple of his friends, and all the families, we all went out. So a typical day out basically means this. So you go to the beach, you chill out a little bit, then you go for an early dinner, and then you go for a movie, right? So this is the 3 things on the agenda. And that day was a little different because there was a circus in town. And I'm a 90s kid, so there is no going to Google and typing viral funny animal videos. Like if you want to see funny animals, you go to a circus. That's what it was. So we decided to go for the circus. So again, coming back, so there was an early dinner that I mentioned about. And the early dinner kind of overshot because guess who was having dinner? So the money kind of overshot a little. And so the dads huddled in a corner and they're kind of regrouping the whole plan saying, can we still make it to the circus? And they realize they have exactly got the money for buying the tickets. There's enough petrol in the car. They're like, or kya ho sakta hai? So they come, they give us clear directions, like, you know, don't talk to anybody over there, don't buy anything over there, blah, 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 blah. And we simply nod on to everything because we want to go to the circus. So we go over there and it's jam-packed, right? Because it's actually a time when people used to go for circuses. So it's jam-packed. And we don't manage to find seats near each other. So my dad and mom family found a seat next to each other. And they found these 3 seats. So I and my 2 friends from the other families, we all sat somewhere near where they could watch us. And his friends kind of scattered around. So that was the structure. And the circus started off and it was going really well. It was going really well until the ice cream guy came along. Right? So, you remember the ice cream guy, right? Like, because I know you guys are from a family as a generation that has, you know, chocolate chip and cookie ice cream delivered to your home. But before that, there was a guy who used to walk around with ice cream. So that ice cream guy. And you remember the kind of varieties that the guy used to have? So, there was a cup and cone ice cream, which is your normal stuff. There was this cup ice cream, which is called a 2-in-1. So there's vanilla and chocolate in one. Middle class family dream. Like, 2 flavors, that's the most thing they used to guarantee. Then there was that, there was Chocobar. Then there was the American bar. American bar is basically Chocobar for rich kids. Right? It's double the cost, it's almost look the same. So there was American bar. And then there is this one ice cream, which is my favorite ice cream. And if you guys haven't heard of this ice cream, you should please go kill yourself once I finish this. I'm going to describe it out for you and please somebody scream this out. So it's semicircular in shape. The happiest moment. So, the cassata was my favorite ice cream, right? So, this guy came along, and the first time this guy came along, my dad, and he's in such, you know, senses that, you know, dad literally turns around like that and he sees the ice cream guy, he's like, shoo, no money. So, he goes away, and then he comes back in full ninja mode, right? He comes in such stealth mode, like we don't realize for 2 seconds that this guy is standing next to us. So, the ice cream guy comes, he opens it up, and we take 3 cassatas, one for me and one for my friends. And then the events that unfolded after wasn't very pleasant, either for my dad or for the audience that came to see the circus. Because you would see this man frantically going on about this intense search, like he was searching for survivors of Titanic or something. Like he's just going around the crowd and trying to spot his friends. And then it got worse when he found his friends. There were these 3 gentlemen standing in the middle of the crowd, and they're clinking of coins. Because they don't have any money, they have like coins left in their wallet. So they're all trying to put the money together, and you know, their poor wives are moms. They are like, you know, looking at each other and telling the neighboring seat people what happened. Because there's no concept of ATMs back in that day. Like, it's not like, oh, I mismanaged money, I'll go to the ATM, withdraw 500 bucks. As a new. So, you know what was ATMs back then? It was basically, so money in hand was money in your pocket. And then there was money in your underwear pocket, which was your ATM money, right? And my dad's ATM was empty. So, my dad's ATM was empty, and so was the two of his friends' ATMs. So there was no hope. You were doomed. And thankfully, these very nice people who were sitting in the neighboring seats actually agreed to help out. And they also pitched in like 1 or 2 rupees for the ice cream mission. So yeah, so this was the first time that my dad actually had to crowdsource money in order to feed me. So this is the first time that I want to talk about it. But in retrospect, when I look back, like it's you know, I taught my dad a very important life lesson. It's usually a life lesson that parents teach their kids, but then I taught him a very important life lesson that, you know, you always have that little secret pouch in your wallet where you keep that secret stash of money, like always saved, far from light, far from the world, until that first time that some idiot puts you in trouble. Right? So this one is actually for my dad and mom, because you know, their social status literally fell from upper middle class to middle class the day I was born. So, and despite that, they're still loving. So this is for them.